Shall we start the session, ma'am?
Yes, pa.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, R.M.D. Engineering College, and my own behalf, I welcome you all for the Day 5 session of AICTE adult-sponsored FDP on Next-Gen VLSI and Semiconductor Systems, Integrating Machine Learning for Intelligent Design Automation. So, two sessions has been scheduled for today. Session 1 will be delivered by an eminent speaker, Dr. Jeyalakshmi, Professor, Anna University, Chennai, on the topic Artificial Intelligence for VLSI Design. Welcome, ma'am. Thanks for accepting our invitation to share your expertise among us, ma'am.
Yes.
Now I invite Ms. Srinidhi to introduce our speaker. Over to Srinidhi.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the session 9 titled VLSI for AI and ML applications. We are truly honored to have with us Dr. Jeyalakshmi, Professor in the Department of Electronic and Communication Engineering at the College of Engineering, Anna University, Chennai. Dr. Jeyalakshmi has over 20 years of rich academic and research experience in the field of electronic and communication. She holds PhD in VLSI and Communication from Anna University and a master's degree in microwave and optical engineering and a bachelor degrees in electronics and communication engineering from Madurai Kamaraj University. Throughout her career, Dr. Jeyalakshmi has made remarkable contributions in areas such as VLSI design and testing, Internet of Things, embedded system, network security, and digitalization. She has guided numerous students and published several research papers and actively contributed to the academic and professional development. In 2023, she also authored a book titled Internet of Things and Easy Hands-on Guide published by LK International Privates Limited, reflecting her passion for practical and accessing learning in emerging technologies. We are privileged to have with us today to share our valuable insights on how VLSI is shaping the future of artificial intelligence and machine learning applications. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Jeyalakshmi to the session. Welcome you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Srinidhi, for giving a warm introduction. And also, I thank Dr. C. Benilla for giving the title, which is emerging field. Today, engineers have to know how to interconnect or collaborate other departments or the new fields also. So according to that, the demanding field of AI and VLSI design you have combined and given the opportunity for me. So based on that, I have prepared and I have shared my idea how the AI will be suitable for VLSI or for how the VLSI is supporting for AI. So both are mutually supporting to each other. So that we'll discuss one by one. I will share my slide. You check it whether it was clearly showing. One minute. Is it in slideshow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is it moving?
Yes, ma'am, it's moving.
Okay, fine. So in today's session, we are planning to discuss about artificial intelligence for VLSI design. So based on the title, I have planned with what is artificial intelligence, what are the VLSI designs, how this artificial intelligence will enhance the VLSI design. So according to that, I have prepared some slides. So first we have to know what is artificial intelligence. So based on the name itself, we can get it. We are creating the intelligence artificially, right? In today, our kids or students are acting smartly without gaining knowledge, right? So that aspects only. But here we are creating the originality like a human. So it is mimic the human brain or human intelligence, because we mostly design the role model people, right? We are following in our regular life. who is our role model means who inspired or who is regular, some kind of motivations. The same kind, we are mimic the human intelligence based on our requirements. In case of sports, how to get the data. In case of answering or in case of smartness, that kind also differ. We cannot say only one parameter because every one of us preferring the smart is different, right? The smartness is sometimes based on the behavior, based on the dressing, or based on the answering, based on the movements with the people, right? So the same kind here also we are defining. So the intelligence. In case of computer-based, what we are saying is, the technically, if you want to talk, how the people are solving complex problems or how they can take decisions for the critical situations. So that kind of intelligence only we are wondering. So which is easy, the intelligence is can be learned from the expertise, like the cooking from our elders, then recognize the problems, how to handle or what kind of solutions will give, or which methodology we have to prefer for solving this kind of problems and the solutions. So these all the things initially we started with the human, then we are make it fast by the computerized solutions. Within that, we are moving into the next level. So already I said it's a mimic the human behaviors. How the people are. Suppose you want to create a model for toppers means who is a topper in your sessions, how they were preparing, how they were scoring, how they were writing the exams, how they were consuming the time for each questions, how they recollecting the answer. So according all the parameters we are giving and creating one structure, that model or prototype also behaving like the topper. So how we are taking the parameters, what kind of technology we are applying for computations, that also differ. So they just a comparison of human intelligence and artificial intelligence. So human intelligence, we are take it from the best, how they stored their data in brain, how they were answering or solving like Ramanujam or whatever, right? So that way only we are. Nowadays also we are solving problem quickly by memorizing the tables only. So without knowing table, we cannot quickly do some kind of multiplications. That is a smaller level I'm saying. In case of complex problems, some trigonometric or algebra, some formulas we are keeping, right? So by seeing any kind of values, immediately we are recollecting that formula and solving. In case of AI, by trained by the human only, it was solving by giving the expressions or repeating the process, that only. So that is the main thing. The difference is in any new situations, the human intelligence will take a decision by own. In case of artificial intelligence, if the new data, it was struggling to handle the data, handle the situations, because that was new. We didn't give that kind of informations to that. So the type of intelligence, it will be differ. We cannot claim artificial intelligence for here and there, or it will only for computer science or only for mechanical. Everywhere, wherever you want, the smartness or quick solutions or precious functions, there you can prefer the artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence is very flexible, based on the customer, based on the user. So generally, the artificial intelligence were divided as according to the usage. It was narrow artificial intelligence and generic neural artificial intelligence. The narrow artificial intelligence, like a ASIC device, for a specific design we are creating, that will suitable only for that kind of developments. For example, suppose we have a TV and washing machine. Suppose my TV is not working, but a washing machine is working. Both have a PCB board or motherboard. Shall I replace the washing machine board to for TV? We cannot because here we are giving different kind of functions. For washing machine also, it performing with a different kind of operations. When to take detergent or how many rotations, when to take water. So that parameters be considered and generated and make it as a chip and kept in the board. In case of TV, we are changing only volumes or channels or uh, in case of voice control or whatever. So what I'm trying to say here is you are developing one board or one chip for the specific applications that will be suitable only for that. It cannot be used for some other applications. So that kind of developments only we are naming it as a narrow artificial intelligence. So for that, they were creating the self-driving cars. So self-driving cars, they started to marketing only in the foreign countries because they have a road regulations properly. In our countries, metro train or some things, we make it as a self-driving vehicles. But even though we are monitoring with the human value, then who will search? The Google search is challenging nowadays because it was fine tuning day by day with multiple developers. Because initially the partial knowledge we have to gain, we have to search any kind of data. Otherwise, it will give a multiple solutions. Which one is correct? We don't know. For our students, suppose we ask to write the assignments on the particular topic, without knowing they were developing or writing something. Sometimes the irrelevant data also they were collecting. So is it related to our subject that they have to know or applications, whatever? So that kind was lagging in Google search initially. Now with a kind of more what Chat GPT or other tools are fine tuning the Google search. That was giving only the answer. Now the students can easily write the program or whatever assignments works, right? Compared with the Google search. Then image recognition softwares, Siri R. So these kind of things they developed only for the particular applications. So based on that, the device becomes smarter. We name it as this is artificial intelligence. Especially in case of TV, initially we are buying with CRT or now they come up with the LED, LCD. So based on the manufacturing, we name it as CRT or LED TV. Now they name it as smart TV, AIT, right? So how it was named? Why smart TV or AI TV? For smart TV, what they represents instead of cable, yeah, that is, it was operated with a cable. Now it also working with the internet. That's why they name it as smart. So your TV now it act as a display device or monitor for any kind of mail checking or YouTube or any kind of contents. Google search is possible. Okay. The another thing is AI is one bit higher. It represents the voice controlled by the human. You can that is no need to use the remote. Over the voice, you can change the channels or whatever. Okay. So then instead of smart, they name it as AI. What here is by adding small applications, we are recoining the name of the devices also. So that all are the narrow artificial intelligence. In general intelligence, which is stronger in that, here we are expecting the machine has to take a decision by itself. Like in our home, if you are hungry, you are asked your mom to uh, serve some foods, right? Sometimes you are getting very angry. You know, I am hungry. Why you didn't give, right? So without asking, sometimes we are expecting they have to serve. They have to know our feelings, right? The same kind, we are expecting from the computer or this kind of smart devices. Once I enter into the room, it has to automatically switch on the fan and lights or AC, or it has to play some songs. So, what kind of relaxation or your mind is expecting? According to that, you are make it as smart. So, by this way, what you are expecting, like your mom, the machine has to understand your feelings and it has to play. So, that is the strong AI they were doing. But is it good thing that also we have to think, because when the humans start to over performing than the human in case of analytical purpose or solving, or in case of working nature, that was good. So I can solve only a 7-digit number, it will solve a 20-digit number, that we can accept it. I can cook only 2 kg rice, it will cook a 20 kg rice, that was good. But what I'm feeling, my feelings cannot be overtaken by the machine. The machine is under us. That we have to keep in mind in always. Where the machine should overtake us, when it should follow our commands. That is a thing. But now the people enter into general intelligence. It has to take a decision by itself. So how it will possible means some kind of technology or techniques we are using, how the machine has to take a decision. I will explain it one by one. So generally, we name it as a narrow intelligence and general intelligence. Then they simply comparing how the strong artificial intelligence or weak artificial intelligence. The strong, in the sense, it mostly used for a bigger process. It will give a precise solutions. In weak AI, it started to implement. It sometimes give a proper solutions, or sometimes will give a wrong solutions also. Because the AI is trial and error method based on the previous data or based on your defined target only, it was running. That's why it becomes sometimes weak. Okay. So based on that, why we are moving for AI? Without AI, what will happen? Sometimes in our elders, they were using their conventional methods. They are not adapting with the new one, right? And also the same kind, why the artificial intelligence is important. Without that, what will happen? Right? In case of bank access, initially we have to apply leave and use the bank, right? Then they were given card, ATM, you can transact the money. No need to apply leave or no need to stand on the queue. Whenever you want, you can take it. That facility they extended. Instead of taking the particular branch, you can take it from any ATM. So what here they did, instead of the single server, all servers are connected with a single point. That's why, because by inserting your card to any machine, that machine has giving money is a single point. The another point is your card should be transact with your bank alone, right? So this bank should check your or this machine should check your availability, that is available balance with your bank. Whether it is available, then only it will give. Otherwise, it refuse to or giving the message, right? Insufficient balance. So that kinds how the servers or the machines are connected together to perform the process. Now that machines also, that ATM machine is one of the big development. Now that was replaced with the net banking, right? No need to go for ATM. That also not safety. So we are using the net banking. Net banking also now replaced with the GPay or some other techniques, right? By mobile number itself, because no need to know your bank account details, just knowing your mobile. So that kind of advancements, how the people are evolving, the same kind the technology also evolving. So the every kind the optimizations or quick solutions or easy processing, that all depends on the technology or the techniques or the hardware supporting also. So based on that aspects, I'm extending my artificial intelligence, how it was important. So it was giving very accuracy and also speed performance. Then it was very easy for automate for repetitive work. As a human, if you are repeating the process, we will start to do error, right? Suppose I ask you to separate one box which consists of red ball and blue ball. I ask you to keep red ball in the right side, left blue ball in the left side, right? So 50 balls I have. So I ask you to separate it. So either 5 or 10 balls, we will do it properly. Then we have a confusion. Then it automatically, the balls will be started to confusing, right? Either to left or right. So that kind of repetitions is making a mess for human. But in case of machines, it won't worry about number of times. The precise instruction, according to that, it will do without error. That's why we are moving with automations with the machine rather than the humans. And also the time saving and accuracy. Um, Then for data analyzing also, it will easily give the respective value. In what way you want to analyze that respective data only you can get it. So mostly we are moving for AI for accuracy and the speed and also improving the performance. Sometimes we are moving with the automations also. So based on that, the artificial intelligence basically divided as neural networks, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. So these aspects, what it represents, the neural networks, which consists of number of neurons or nodes. So the collection of nodes will give one kind of answer that is either expected or it computed values. So according to that only, here we are naming it as a supervised learning, unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Okay. So these kind of neural networks again extended with some techniques. It name it as machine learning, then deep learning. So these kind of networks are processed with a given data or image or voice, right? So the same kind of voice it comes, the language is important. So what kind of language you are giving, according to that, it has to process. So mostly we are moving with English language. Suppose your own language you want to do that, or especially the mobile phone evolution creates whether it technical people only how to use or any people can use. So in case of any people can use, whether they have to know how to operate or how to know the reading of the text. So that English is a must for them. Then they move into Tamil. So the customized, right? Now the people started with the voiceover. So over the voice, they can pick their contact or they can send the message or whatever. So it was very friendly, user friendly compared with the text based. So that kind of language processing also giving the marketing reachability to the end. So what is machine learning? So machine learning is a discipline of artificial intelligence that provides the machines with the ability to automatically learn from the data and past experiences, while identifying patterns to make predictions with minimal human interventions. So what it represents, we will give some kind of data, minimal data. Once you started to learn, whenever it need the data, it will start to get it. By that, we name it as a machine learning. So the machine started to learn itself. That is the machine learning we are naming. By that, we can reduce the human inventions. It mostly used for handling of big data or IoT sensor handling or ubiquitous computing. So that things mostly developed by machine learning. And also for financial sections, it was more supporting computer visions, the same kind of applications. Now the biomedical field is or medical field have evolved more with the AI and IoT. Then automation process for automobiles or aerospace or kind of a big industry for manufacturing or supply chain industries, right? That kind of more managements with optimizing their regular routines with the help of machine learning. So voice recognition, already we have given some data about natural language processing. So how the machine learning is working means already we have given some reference value, right? So that reference value or the trained data will be compared with your new data. So when it started to give the trained data with your new input, that both are applied with any kind of algorithms, because the algorithm also a number of algorithms are there. So researchers based on your requirements, you can select. That algorithm will predict one output. That output will compare with our target value. Whether it is matching, then we are accepting the our trained value. Otherwise, we will repeat to get till getting our required values. And also we can repeat the process for 100 times or 1,000 times. Then we can stop it whether we are getting or not. Uh, that is trial and error method only. These are the things. So based on our fine tuning of algorithm, how it was selecting or giving the output is depends on either supervised learning or unsupervised learning or semi-supervised and reinforcement. So based on the word itself, you can get it. The supervised learning means we are learning with the supervisor, right? The supervisor, what it represents, we are solving max with max teacher. So who will give an answer while solving it, right? So by that, we are getting answer. We are getting very speed because teacher is there. Is there any mistakes she will correct or we will move further, right? Suppose one big problem is solving, every stage you can verify the values. That is the supervised learning, right? Unsupervised learning means without supervisor, you are training the network. So by iteration itself, it will give an answer. Based on that, we are accepting, yes, it is related to our expected values. So the supervised algorithms are mostly developed for classification and regressions. The classification, what it represents, you want to classify this or that. Okay, so mostly for two categories. So if it is true, we are grouping in one sections. If it is false, we are grouping in the another sections. Like yes or no type, right? Suppose in case of student point of view, we are categorizing either pass or fail, right? So only one condition is given, 50 mark. Above 50 is considered as or equal or greater. That value is considered as a true value. Lesser value will be considered as a false value. The same kind only we are doing the repetitions. So these kind of algorithms, mostly the random forest algorithm, decision tree algorithm, logistic regression algorithm, support vector machines, these mostly preferable for classification. Some kind is moving with the data. Sometimes we are moving with drawing a line and separating this and that. That will be better with the support vector machines. The regression, what it will moving, it will find the relationship between the input and output. If it is linear with that, according to that, yes, this input is depends on the output. Y is equal to f of x we are giving, right? F of x may be any kind of x squared, x plus by 5 or whatever. So the x is, y is depends on the x value. So that dependence we are collecting and consolidating. That's why it mostly depends on the continuous values. Our prediction is with the continuous. Example, they were using for weather predictions or market trending, especially gold rate. We can predict whether it was increasing or decreasing. So the gold rate is increasing or decreasing is one kind, and it depends on what, that is the dependent, right? So the gold rate is y is equal to some function of x. What is x? Either US market or any other dependent values. So based on that, it was increasing or decreasing. So that kind of parameters we have to know and relate it and use the regression to find the relationship between the uh, two variables or two parameters or two kind of values. In case of unsupervised algorithm, it is unlabeled data. So without supervisor, we are training this kind of data. What it will train means it will discuss with themselves. Like after completing the exam, the students were discussing with themselves. Uh, they were forming 5 members having the same answer. They will group, my answer is correct, right? Another team will form with another answer. They will say the answer is correct. The third party also. So based on that, they were grouping and they were claiming my answer or our answer is correct. But once the teacher is declaring the answer with the methodology, then only the other people also accepting, right? The same kind, without knowing the target, they were forming the values. Right? One thing. Okay. So based on that, here the algorithm is developing based on its similarities or differences or patterns, right? Either square type, if you are giving, all squares will be collected in one thing, triangles will be collected in one thing. So what you are trying to say, suppose two terminal or three terminals or three sides, two sides. So based on your value, it will give the related values. That is. So this is mostly used for clustering and associations. Clustering is, if suppose you are giving four side, means four side shapes will be collected in this group, which is like a square or rectangle or whatever. So clustering is based on the cluster head. With respect to cluster head, whether you are collecting with the similarities or differences, then all the things will be make it as a group. Then we name it as a clustering. For clustering, we are writing some set of instructions or procedures how to find, right? That is called it as algorithms. So these algorithms, famous or more frequently used algorithms are K means clustering algorithm, then mean shift algorithm, then DB scan algorithm, PCA, principal component analysis, which is used to signal processing. So what kind of data you are having, according to that, you can select any kind of algorithms. This is a clustering concept. In case of association, based on the name itself, you can get how the output is associated with the input. Based on the mapping or comparison, we are grouping that. Then we associating the data. So these kind of applications mostly used for mining or market analysis. The popular algorithms for this one is a priori algorithm or a eclat algorithm or FB growth algorithms. Okay. The another one is semi-supervised, which is a mixing of supervised and unsupervised. If you have a wider data, suppose I'm giving an example. I have given announcement in the paper for what walk-in interview. Okay. So walk-in interview for engineers or for my company, I have declared. I didn't give any other parameters. So, but I have prepared only 100 questions. So my plan is I have to conduct a written exam. Among the 100, only 10 members will be selected. The 10 members will be applied for the appear for interview. Among that, 2 members or 3 members, I plan to select it. So I'm expecting 100 members will come, right? But I have given the data as a advertisement, walk-in interview for engineers. So the next day, I enter into my office. More than 50,000 or 1 lakh people are waiting. So much of crowd, right? So now, how can I pick the value? Because I have to give only for 100. My interview panel members will be available at the time. So for that, I have to give only 10 members, right? So among the 50,000 people, how can I select only 10 members or 100 members? There is no space for conducting a written test. And also there is no time to take multiple copies, right? So now I am applying the procedure, how to cut the data or select the data, right? So what kind of parameters we can give? The simple elimination is you can give 9.9 CGPA candidates only allowed for the test, right? Or above 9 CGPA. So then it becomes reduced, right? You can give it as only experienced, 10 years experienced, or you can give only for freshers, or you can give only for mechanical students, or whatever. So this kind of parameters automatically it will reduce the 1 minute. So how I have used the methodology without a supervisor or with the supervisor, or what kind of labeled or unlabeled parameters, right? So these kind of parameters I applied to cut the or reduce the number of participants. Now my expected value 100 is coming, right? Before getting 100, I am applying more rules. Only females or only males or only whatever you want, only mechanical students or that kind of parameters I applied. Now I have only 100. Among the 100, I have to select the meritorious students based on the written test and interview panels. So this is the combination of both supervised and unsupervised algorithm. So now we are moving into reinforcement algorithm. The reinforcement is one of the feedback algorithm. Here, what we are saying is, it will consider our previous history value and also the present values also it will take. Like the weather forecasting will tell whether the rain will coming or not based on your uh, previous history, right? Last year, this day, whether it was rain coming or 5 years back or 10 years back. Suppose this is a new kind of climate, but how to detect, right? So in case of human, once you open the door, you will observe the climate, automatically you will take umbrella, right? In case of computation, when robot is going out, how it will predict whether the rain will come or not. So that is a situation. So what it will do, the current climate of the sequence of values it will take, and it will predict itself. So that is the reinforcement learning they were saying. So that will be considered either in the positive learning or in the negative learning. Whether it was strengthening the value for uh, positive values, that is meritorial values or true values, or you might go for false values also, right? It's like we are optimizing towards the global maximum or global minimum, right? Whether you want to find the topper of your class for giving outstanding performance, or you want to know who is very weakest in your class with less mark, who is getting more the single digit mark. So So that time we are moving with the searching with the minimum mark or maximum. That's a thing. Because we are moving in two directions. One is positive or negative or minus x plus x. So these are the kind of techniques we are using for any kind of solutions. So for what you are creating or how to apply AI, that is depends on your individual, right? In robotics, we are taking based on the environments, either reward or the old values. According to that, it will take actions. So some kind of procedures only we are following. That's why they were given flowchart how it will take. Just they were comparing. Uh, the reinforcement learning mostly used in the robotics because like a human, it has to take a decision. Then most control panels, business and playing game or manufacturing. Nowadays, they're like a modern environment. We are expecting initially the computer-based situations. Uh, uh, what it brings, it causes smartness, right? Computer bill they were providing, computer, whatever. Now everything is automated, right? That kind of auto door opening. Instead of paying also by tapping your card, it will pay by for no need to stand the queue for billing. Just you can put your required grocery items or whatever things you are taking in your tally rally. It automatically calculate, and it will give if you are giving the end command automatically, it asks you to pay. Then you can go for your delivery sections. So that kind of modern atmosphere is up here. Whether the businessman have to think how to satisfy our customer, or as engineers we can create our idea how our environment or our near companies or whatever, how it should be. Then you create and you market it and you make them to use. So this kind of applications where we can use the machine learning or AI mostly for image recognitions or speech recognitions or medical diagnosis or statistical calculations for business or nowadays we are moving with a more kind of learning techniques, right? Online teaching or a smart way of teaching, the test conducting, assignment corrections, more kind of we are moving with that. These things either based on the classification or protection or extraction of the particular value or recursion concept. I already said more kind of developments are moving towards the machine learning, sorry, towards the medical field, that we can visualize it once you enter into the hospitals, the way of providing registrations or token giving, then calling, that is, if suppose by providing the token, you are meeting the doctor or the doctor also keeping the laptop, they were entering whatever we are discussing. Once you enter into the next room, the report or whatever the previous discussion is over to there. So the time will be reduced and the proper content is transfer for easy uh, processing or decision making. Along with that, how the equipment or fine tuning or the medical field, the some kind of sensor technology, some kind of wearable devices, some kind of surgical machines or instruments. So we have to wonder about more kind of developments in the medical field, and also the diagnosing the particular disease in the early stage. Because suppose we are taking one survey about our engineering PhD, 50% or 60% of the PhDs depends on the image processing only, right? Or it might depends on the medical applications. So among the 60%, how many of that is really working for worth for medical field? Either 5 to 10% it's suitable for medical field, that also fine. Okay. So that kind of creativity we have to create it. For what purpose I am extracting the tumor, or sometimes they were saying I will identify I can measure the size of the tumor, I can measure the weight of the tumor, then only the doctors can easily do the operations. But the doctors, by seeing the image itself, they can easily identify. So there we have to enhance our knowledge, how we can help additionally to the doctors. Okay. And the automation vehicles also nowadays is supported with machine learning because of the previous data only we are giving. This kind is recently booming with a Google Map, right? Google Map, they started with how to provide the route between the two destinations. The Ola, Uber, they started with this application with their own vehicles. So now, according to the map, our vehicles are moving. So now it was clearly verifying that whether the Google Map is really working or not. So according to that, the Uber and Ola also giving the distance measurement. Now, along with that, we are giving the time measurements also. So how we can estimate your vehicle will reach there, right? So is there any congestions, any that kind of data also it was giving the slow air in route, or toll is available, or red color indicates it was some kind of traffic, or orange color indicates signals or some light of congestions or whatever. So that kind of additional parameters are nowadays very useful for the travelers, not only for the drivers, for own vehicle members also are enjoying. Now it was giving with voice message also, right? Instead of left or right, whatever. So that is the advancements in the uh, Google Map with some kind of applications. These are the things how the machine is understanding and giving the solution for the human. Okay, so that is the thing we are discussing here. Then in social media, is it the machine learning is working in the social media? Yes. Here you can easily get how the machine learning is working. In case of mail, right? While opening the mail, some kind of boxes is coming with a ready-made answer, right? So what it represents? So the machine already read your message. So it was giving the reply, right? Instead of typing, you can click this kind of auto text, right? That is the one thing. Another things, once you started to type, automatically the sentence sometimes or the word completion it will give, right? So this kind of things, what you frequently used, that only coming. So it not only with the Gmail, in WhatsApp also, while started to text, it was giving some kind of words. That word is not coming to all mobiles, only for the particular user mobile, because that machine learn about you, what you frequently used. Suppose I am typing my friend name, after started to typing third text, the full name is coming, right? If suppose instead of my mobile is not working, I will use with your mobile. Once I started to type, whether it will come? No, because the machine is practiced with you, what you frequently using, how you are training. According to that, it started to learn about you and also your characters, everything, right? So the character point of view, uh, we will give the best example is YouTube. So YouTube, whatever you are watching, related videos only come, right? So my mobile giving some kind of YouTube's videos. Your mobile will give a different kind of videos, right? We never get same kind of videos for all the users. So the same kind of YouTube only, but it was customized to the user. So who is customized? So the machine learning is customized. What are the videos you are liking or skipping or watching for a long time? According to that related videos only come. Sometimes over the phone we are talking today how to, or tomorrow I have to travel to abroad, I have to book the tickets, or some kind of flight tickets I'm searching. These kind of words if you are giving, once you open that, some kind of flight ticket available or offers, or some kind of advertisements, you can check it. So over the phone while talking also, the machine is started to listen ourselves. That's why we have to use the mobile carefully. What you need, that only you have to convey. So the same kind of trends, already we discussed blockchain or AI self-service tools or uh, finance sections. So the deep learning, what it represents, further deeper analysis of the things only. So with this, we will move. So this is the structure, and the combination of deep learning, machine learning is called it as a artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is mixing of all the things, neural networks, fuzzy logic, right? Whatever the smart way of solutions giving, that all the techniques we are using and we are moving with that. So the artificial intelligence, why I'm saying fuzzy logic is, initially the neural network is giving only the value, right? What it was recognized, that will give, but it won't give exactly. So knowledge-based solutions will be get it by the fuzzy logic. Suppose you are writing the handwritten, it like a G, right? So it was give it as a G. So is it a number or alphabets that you are applying? Suppose I'm writing a phone number, so 9 I have write it as like a G. As a human, while reading, if all the data is number, then automatically you read it that G as a 9, right? But machine will consider it as a G because of the small curve in the bottom. If here the knowledge is applied, this is a phone number, then automatically you take it as a number. So that kind of things only we are adopting more kind of techniques to fine tune our expected output. So no need to spend more time in the AI. We'll move into machine learning. So sorry, VLSI sector. So this is one kind of the things we are how to discuss. So we are moving with the machine learning, then deep learning, right? So what we are expecting, or our greediness is represents more kind of repetitions or more kind of input is given to get a single solution. That's why we are moving with a deeper analysis. So this kind of analysis, you are developing either 100 lines or 1,000 lines, right? That is not a matter. And the repetition either 100 times or 1,000 times, that is also, right? So who is doing these all the things? Like our young age, who is talking in our radio or in TV, when they will sleep, when they will eat, that kind of doubts some kids having, right? The same kind, as an engineer, you are writing the algorithm. Who is running? Who is giving the answer for that? So here we have to think these algorithms are executed by the processor. So processor is doing analysis or computations and it will give the answer. But our processors are CPU, central processing unit only, right? So it have a limited number of registers or capacity, limited speed. Within that, how your machine learning data or deep learning bulk data will be accommodate. So that is the question, how the CPU will handle this. That's why we are moving with the GPU or tensor processing units to handle the bulk data. So by these kind of hardware accelerators, we are adjusting and trying to get our expected value. Okay. So instead of the originality, we are adjusting with some other processes we are trying to get. So actually what we need, actually who is, how the process is performed in the networks or neural networks or in the machine learning. So here, this is the process. Number of inputs are given. Each connection, right? Each input is connected to the next node via its connection strength. The connection strength is the knowledge about the input, right? So the connection strength and weights are multiplied. That all multiplied values are added. The sum of all multiplied product values only we are keeping. Suppose sometimes we are rolling here only. We need a jump. We have to do the work over the stage. Then how we are getting our kids from ground to stage, right? From audience to stage, you dance there. The same kind here also we are giving bias. So instead of accelerating or generating the value with respect to 5, I want the value at the value of 50, then we are giving plus 50. So the same oscillations will goes to 50. So bias with all kind of inputs associated with the weights we are doing. So this things is it enough? Sometimes I am moving with only binary value, right? But the summation of these values automatically gives some kind of decimal values. So that decimal or discrete value should be converted into binary value. So some kind of activation functions I will apply. Above the value will be considered it as a 1. Below the value will be considered as 0. Here only I am applying the value as true or false or pass or fail, these kind of conditions. So this kind of activation is applied. Now I will get only one answer. What is satisfying according to that? If suppose I'm writing the structure or developing the structure to find the value of pass or fail, right? If suppose I'm giving the value 70, the target value activation function is 50. Now the 70 is greater than 50, so I will get the answer as yes. Suppose I'm giving the value as 25. So the 25 is less than 50, so now the answer will give it as no. So I'm getting the value as yes or no type. Okay. So these kind of activations. Now what it will do, n number of values are multiplied with its weights and we are applying activations. Only this process is repeatedly used in entire networks, right? So there is no new calculations, only repetition works. That's why the normal CPU is not enough. We have to move with the new techniques. That's why we are moving into the hardware part, that is architecture level, how the architecture or chip is supporting for that. So here only we are moving with the VLSI. So I will skip this kind of activation functions data. Okay. Mostly Python we are using for machine learnings. So used for problem solving, decision makings. This kind of technology only make our students become smarter. The multiple ways are there. We have to create or direct them in a proper way, right? So AI will combine with the already in IoT, which is AI OT, which represents the smart things or the sensor devices is activated intelligently by developing algorithms. The collection of sensor data or the handling of the data over the internet is also possible. That is the name it as AIoT. That is a big thing we can discuss. So here main thing is Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is evolved based on the sensor technology. Based on the sensor technology, we have collected more data. How the bulk data is handling based on the AI. The smartness is become true or realized in market is depends on the IoT and sensor technology only, because we can capture the real value according to that the device is performing. That is the thing we are realizing in today's world. That's why the AI is a booming market, because the AI is not a new word. It already 30, 40 years back our professors also doing a project thesis in the neural networks, fuzzy logic, or that term. Now only we name it as a machine learning or deep learning in the different concepts or mathematical solutions we are giving. But it already exists. At that time, the system computer is not supporting to handle the data. Nowadays, also the machine learning and deep learning is not realized by the CPU only. We are assuming the algorithm is working, right? The algorithm is working for 10 hours or 3 days, 5 days. Is it correct? 5 plus 5, how the system is giving the same kind also for any kind of data, it has to search and give it. So we have to alternate the processor for handling the bulk data. That is the challenging for the engineers, especially for VLSI engineers or embedded engineers. This kind of some kind of results I want to share, how to identify the ripening fruits or rotted fruits. Suppose if you are identifying the fruit is ripening, uh, in case of bunch of fruit, how you will pluck it. So in case of robo, is started to collect the ripening fruit, means how it will identify, because the camera is on the head, it will check which one is ripened. It will how to unblock and keep it in the box. That kind of things we have to develop. And also, I ask the students to identify the emotion or identify the uh, gender detection. So male and female they have detected, and I ask you to find the age also. So initially they were selected the age between the range of this. I asked you how to give an exact range, right? So suppose I am standing in one scanner, it has to give my data about my age, my female, or whatever. Suppose you want to name that also we have to give it. So that kind of database creating means that kind of searching techniques also we are using. Then the students were fine-tuned. Then they have given. So what it represents, they have using another network. So architecture, which is a ResNet, they were using to find the exact age. So that things, if suppose they are coming up with that, I have shown my face, it also giving my exact age. So number of users we can interact and get our data. Emotion detections also nowadays they were detecting. So the detection of emotion is good. According to that, the another solution also we are, while your elders in the home, they were in the dull mood or sad, then you can give some kind of comedies in the TV or playing songs. If they were feel hungry, so the detection is n numbers, and what way you want to do it. So detection is simply, it's easy, right? By algorithm you are doing. Now I ask you to play the songs for them. Then the actuator or the output is performing is a challenging one, because you have to get a set of songs, and you have to one more device that who will on. By software itself you have to make it on, right? Now the Spotify, everything is built in functions with your mobile itself, so it is possible with automatic on. In case of TV, that is the challenging one. So by that, VLSI, what is VLSI? It's not a, don't consider it as a language, like a developing tool. It is a very large scale integration. What it represents, more number of transistors are integrated. That aspects only here we are discussing. How number of transistors are integrated and creating a chip, how that chip is used for AI applications. Because the computer is developed for normal mathematical operations. That computer now we are using for the AI. But the computer is not capable to handle the data. That's why we are moving to prepare a separate chip to handle the AI data. So by that, we can reduce the complexity, we can optimize the performance, we can speed it, we can accurately do it, the computation time, whatever we can do it. So that aspects only nowadays the people are moving. How to create the architecture for algorithms, AI algorithms, okay? So in this case, how to start with the design automations, how to optimize it, with respect to power or its performance or it kind of area. For that, they were using the reinforcement learning for floor planning. In the design process also, what kind of techniques we have to use it, either RTL. Simply, we can say for any kind of Boolean expression simplifications, either we can go with the Boolean law or Karnaugh map or Queen matrix. Three methods are there. Which one is best or quick solutions? So that also you can make it as a program. You can automate it. Which one suitable for them also, right? This is a simple thing I'm saying. For logical synthesis, which one will move for what routing process, in what way we can move it for reducing wires or space or to reduce the overlapping. So that kind of things, more numbers are there. Then testing and verification also playing a vital role. How to test my design. So how many test patterns I have to generate, how to check all kind of patterns. Suppose I am having 3 input, so 2 power 3 number of test patterns how to generate. So 8 patterns I have to generate. So among the 8 patterns, 8 data I have to check, give, and suppose for each pattern 1 second is taking means 8 seconds it will take, right? Suppose I'm increasing the pattern as 7. 7 means 128. So 128 bit patterns have to give and check it whether the device is working or not. That make it as a complex. So when the input is increasing, that was difficult to do it by manual or for the entire process. That's why sometimes the people were feeling the design cost is lesser than a verification cost. So that time, the optimization algorithm we are developing, instead of giving 128 combinations, we can give only 10 combinations or 20 combinations to check the given device is working or not. So that kind of methodology we can developing and create some kind of models for generating, like ATGP or different techniques we can LFSR. Okay. So already you know that. So the existing field of VLSI, how it's supporting, enhancing with the AI. Benefits already I said, reducing the design time or reducing the verification time, improving the performance, improving its accuracy. By that, we can power optimizing, so cost also reduced, area optimizing cost is reduced, complexity is reduced. Okay, these are the things. So most of the AI tools are available for VLSI, which is Synopsys DSO.ai. Cadence also having Cerebrus, Google circuit testing, ANSYS also having, Siemens also having. So once you are much interested, you go with either Synopsys, Cadence, or ANSYS or Siemens. You download the tool and try to do a smaller things, then develop a big kind of projects. Okay. So this kind of VLSI techniques we are using. Uh, so already we are discussed how the design exploring. Simply we are giving the specification only, right? So based on the specifications, how you are developing coding, how you are getting the logic circuits, how you are simulating and verifying, then how you are moving for synthesis, the pre-synthesis, post-synthesis, then how you make it as a chip, the entire process. So every level, in the simulation level testing, synthesis level testing, and after make it as a fabricating as a chip, then again one more testing, physical testing. So everywhere we are processing number of stages to get it as a single chip. So that kind of testing process or design process you can be optimized with the help of AI, right? So that's why the people getting more confusions. Once you started developed the algorithms, then the machine will do it. What about the employability for the workers, right? That is one of the challenging one. Initially, the labs were using for textile industries. Then some kind of people, why you are doing this kind of repetitions with the human? you do it machines, right? Then they started mission for automations. Then the people, where they will go, what about their poverty level or employability? So that kind of questions that that time they arised. Then now every industry is automated only, right? They can get more products, more benefits. The same kind in our engineering field, the once AI is coming, once the computer-based developments is coming, because that will repeat the process. So no need of human, right? Once you started to design one robot, the same kind of robots, the machine will start to produce. So that kind of challenges also we have, but we have to be hoping that in case of VLSI, we are creating more kind of chips for specific applications. So we have a long life. Based on that, we will move into designing of a VLSI for AI, how to prepare the chip, how to make a embedded chip or embedded applications for the specific applications with respect to AI or automations or smart level of thinking. Okay. So already we discussed the routing, placements, floor planning, everything. The fault tolerance, fault checking, fault coverage, that also important. That is the big thing for the designers and also testing engineers. So for that, if you are offering AI, the testing time will reduce and also engineers will happy regarding the reduction of complexity. And analog and digital circuit developments also, we are moving with that. That is the big challenging. Based on that, only the VLSI is analog VLSI and digital VLSI. Either you are moving with only the digital handling of the data, or you also want to handling the uh, any kind of analog values. That what it represents, the logical level synthesis, gate level optimizations is depends on the digital VLSI. Once you optimized, we have to implement with respect to transistors only. So how you are selecting the transistor to act as a AND gate or to design any kind of applications, the size of the transistor, threshold value, and also the movement of electrons, everything will define, right? So that kind of things will move into the analog part. So these kind of intelligence nowadays making computers or computer controlled or software level implementations. So this kind of chip here we are thinking about chip level, right? How the VLSI field is evolving to fabricate the chip for the particular applications. Now we are moving with the algorithm to chip or specific applications on the chip, like system on chip, network on chip. Because initially, if you are opening your computer, we can identify all the components, motherboard with a processor, supporting chips, SMPS or whatever, right? Nowadays, only one kind of chip or two chip only we are using with a surface molded. That's why we couldn't service any kind of motherboard. We are using through types, right? So how the people were integrating more number of transistors and developing for the specific one. That's why we can achieve the speed and also cost reductions. So our aim is here how to prepare the chip for AI, one thing. Another thing is how the design process of chip can be minimized or optimized or enhanced by the AI algorithms. So both way we can move, right? So how the image processing fit in with the medical field, right? The same kind we have to fit in our AI with the VLSI design. Because we are facing more kind of complexity, that's why. So once you started, suppose I'm asking algorithm to chip or what kind of processor we have to prepare for AI. So the AI heart beat or the main the theme is the neuron. So how we can create the neuron as a chip, right? How the neuron, multiple neurons are handling, are connected, how it will communicating, how it was calculating, how the logic behind that we have to think it. That is the thing which is basically the summation of XI WI, right? That's the thing we have to create it. That they name it as processing element. The processing elements which is used for that. The collection of processing elements also they make it as a systolic array structures. Based on that, the previous data is moving like a input to hidden to output layer. Here also the data is moving in the systolic array to carry the previous values. So here the complexity in the calculations or multiplication process is reduced to improve the performance. By that they were speed up. Okay. So by the by, we are moving to how we can give a separate solution for machine learning. Machine learning, which is a, convolution neural networks or graphic neural networks, which are uh, RNN. That is the thing we are creating more kind of things for deep learning and neural networks. That only consists of a convolution and pooling only 2-3 concepts repeatedly using, and we are claiming that we are enhancing or we are getting our expected output, right? So now, as an engineer, how the neuron can be created as a chip, that is the thing. For that, more number of companies are started. Instead of using hardware accelerator, you create a neuroprocessor for neuro AI. You create new computations with the quantum computing because the semiconductor fields nowadays going to saturate. The what Moore's law become failure because every 18 months it become double, right? So double it was reaching maximum limit. So further we cannot reduce the size. It like a dot. So within the dot only the movement of electrons we have to monitor. If it is again folded, there is no space for electron movements. That is a question mark. That's why the people were moving with the carbon nanotubes or fintronics or sometimes with a different concept of quantum computing. Because we are the greedy people, we're ready to innovate new things, right? That's why we are jumping from one place to another place. But anyhow, we are providing the processor for AI, which is the help of neuroprocessor. This is the design flow for VLSI engineer. You have to know what is the front end, what is the back end, what is the logical designs, what is logic synthesis, what is circuit level implementations, what is gate level implementations, what are the physical design, what is the fabrication, what is the static time analysis, how the clocks were synchronizing the operations, right? How to place the gates or placements or routing. So more procedures are there. So you first create a structure and develop the AI algorithm to make it as a smarter or quick solutions for that. So according to that, only it was architecture level, either create a separate architectures for memory or for processing elements like a sister like arrays, or in case of physical design, how to place the components, how to make a clock connections for that, how to make connections routing for that, and the circuit level simulations, which is either device level you want to do it or in the gate level. The device level, it comes under the IoT, right? The gate level or circuit level, circuit level, it goes to the analog VLSI. Then RTL level or post layout. So get a clear understanding what is this and that. As engineers, you can start it in any directions and find your job opportunity. Okay. So the supervised learning algorithms, which is suitable for finding or giving solutions for static timing analysis, aging related degradation of the analysis, because we have to know age of the device also, right? If suppose I'm explaining with my laptop with good battery, right? I'm depending only on this device for presentation. So till the power comes, it will work. But sometimes the device lifetime is going to take within a second. I don't know, right? Like a human. But every hardware we have to know how long it will work. Suppose if you are maintaining like this, that kind of predictions as an engineer, it's tough. If suppose you are giving some kind of instructions, the AI will predict and will tell the lifetime of each machines. it become astrologer for your mission. Okay. The unsupervised algorithms also used for enhancing the system performance or logic synthesis, automatic test patterns, or clock tree synthesis. So more kind is there. So
Hello.
Sir, ma'am is having some network issues, it seems. She'll join now, sir.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
sorry for the inconvenience due to the network error. I didn't expect the net error. Okay, so with the supervised and unsupervised, we can it is. We can move with our AI-based solutions for VLSI. So the AI you can simulate with respect to device level, what kind of material you can select it. For gate level, the gate optimizations, circuit level, what kind of transistors you can opt it for that. The RTL also same thing with the layouts. So a number of methodologies there. So the main thing is one is the AI supporting for developing of the chip. That is the thing only we have discussed. Now the AI process become very slow because of handling big data, huge data. So for that, we are moving to design a separate chip for AI. That is the neural processing unit. Now here the Intel is stopping its process slowly. The NVIDIA is overcoming the Intel, and they started to providing some kind of neuro processors. So the marketing strategy also for the lifetime is 20 years or 10 years. The other person will come to the market with based on the technology. So this kind of neuro processing processor is comes then instead of CPU GPU we can move with the NPU. It also with the network on chip or system on chip, multiple lab on chip, organ on chip. So more number of words are coming based on their applications. So we can move that. So based on this today's presentation, so AI for VLSI or VLSI for chip for AI also we can take it in a reverse case. So based on this, the today's science and engineering of making any kind of missions to be intelligent, that is we are moving for intelligent computer programs, right? Intelligent operations. So I like this quote. That's why I have highlighted here. The science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs. That is the AI thing. Make it as a smart, right? Uh, that is the thing I want to complete my session. So I hope you will get some ideas what is AI, what is VLSI, how both are helping to each other to enhance their performance. Okay. So with this, I will complete my sessions. If you have any doubts, you ask me. And I thank all participants for patiently listening my suggestions or ideas.
There is a question in chat box. What is the importance of systolic array?
Systolic array is a representation of neural structure only. How many hidden nodes, how many output nodes are there, how it was connecting, because all nodes are interconnected, right? So how it will get all the previous values. So that kind of systolic array either in hexagonal patterns or the square type, two inputs, two outputs, that patterns only they were. So that is like a adder, how we are creating. Here also we are creating the multiplier with adder. That is Mac is playing a vital role here. Yes, any other comments? I to check the chat boxes.
AI-based VLSI tools are open source. They have asked,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes. There is a cadence and synapses in the simulation level also they were open. Today's plenty of open sources are there. We have to search for our specific application and we can use it. Material, any material to study about systolic study. Book material, are you asking? So nowadays the people are framing the syllabus without textbook. That is very sad for students and also for faculty. Because they are asking you have to search the net and give it. In some page they were giving it as a 2 mark, some it's a big level. Sometimes they were giving with analytical, somebody's were only defining. So as a teacher, Which one we have to refer? Is it for analytical part or only in the informations? So while framing the syllabus itself, we have to give, and these are the new things. So mostly following from the net alone. We have to find the standard books. We couldn't find a good authors like our for we are the elders, right? Our period we are following good books for our studies. Nowadays, our students won't follow the good books, only our materials, or they were listening YouTube alone.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, I want to know that these open source VLSI tools like with AI, so can we use these tools for research work purpose also? Like I want to introduce AI/ML algorithm for layout verification, like DRC, LVS, and antenna error. So can we use these open source tools for that purpose?
Yeah, nowadays we are generating idea only based on the open source, right? We are not validating.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
If you are moving for patent, then you have to go with the original software.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
For
ma'am.
understanding purpose, we are analyzing with respect to open source only possible.
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
Or
ma'am.
our
Then,
institute have to
ma'am,
provide. Yes.
ma'am, which specific tool we can use for this purpose, like for this kind of problem, uh, for layout design verification, AI/ML algorithm?
I couldn't get it specific tools, but
Okay,
the
ma'am.
students were doing more because everybody coming up with the new open sources.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
they were showing the output. I couldn't get all the tools in my mind, but they
Okay,
were
ma'am. Okay.
plenty of tools are available. You check it and get it. Hmm?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Mm.
It is indeed a great honor and privilege to have you among us this evening, ma'am. Our heartfelt gratitude for sharing valuable insights on the future of AI-driven semiconductor technologies. It gave us an transformative journey exploring how artificial intelligence is transforming the landscape of VLSI design, testing, and automation. Your words have truly inspired us to look beyond the traditional paradigms and embrace innovation. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, Parth. Thank you so much for giving opportunity with good participants.
Thank
Nowadays,
you.
in physical mode, we couldn't get good participants, right? The count.
Ma'am, actually, our participants are very good, ma'am, actually.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So they were enriching their knowledge at the evening time, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Working hours, they couldn't get it. Okay, fine.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, Pa.
ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
thank you. Thank you all.